What up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Downtown Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Orlando, Florida, for Wednesday, 25th, 2018, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Emergency medical professionals rushed singer Demi Lovato to a Los Angeles hospital Tuesday after she had a drug overdose at her home, law enforcement officials said. TMZ saying unnamed authorities reported the 25-year-old was treated with Narcan, an emergency treatment for overdoses, after the incident at her Hollywood Hills home. The Los Angeles Police Department confirmed they responded to a medical emergency on Lovato's blog, but would not identify her by name. Unnamed sources told NBC News that Lovato was stable and alert at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center. Lovato has been open about her past battles with drugs and alcohol, posted in March that she was 6 years sober. She wrote, "Just officially turned 6 years sober, so grateful for another year of joy, health, and happiness. It is possible." Lovato released a song in June called Sober, in which she hinted a relapse. She sings the chorus, "Mama, I'm so sorry I'm not sober anymore, and Daddy, please forgive me for the drinks spilled on the floor. To the ones who never left me, we've been down this road before. I'm so sorry I'm not sober anymore." Robert De Niro is being eyed to star in DC and Warner Bros.' upcoming Joker origin film starring Joaquin Phoenix as the iconic Batman villain. De Niro is in negotiations to join the project as a talk show host who plays a role in Phoenix becoming the Joker, Deadline reported. This would be De Niro's first role in the comic book film. Joker is being directed by Todd Phillips based on the script he co-wrote with Scott Silver. The project, set for release on October 4th, 2019, is described as being a gritty character study and a cautionary tale. The film will reportedly be set in Gotham City in the early 1980s, noted the Hollywood Reporter. Zazie Beetz, who recently starred in Fox's Deadpool 2, is also in negotiations to join Joker as a single mother who catches the eye of Phoenix. Joker will take place outside DC's extended film universe and will help launch a new DC Comics banner at Warner Bros. That will also allow the studio to tell unique comic book stories using different actors in the title roles. Production is set to begin in September in New York. Netflix has released new on-set photos from its upcoming second season of Marvel's Iron Fist. The images, released Tuesday on Twitter, gives fans new looks at Iron Fist, played by Finn Jones, once again accompanying Colleen, played by Jessica Henwick, along with series newcomer Alice Eve as the villainous Typhoid Mary. Typhoid Mary isn't the only villain on display, as Iron Fist's rival Davos, played by Sacha Dhawan, and Joy Menchem, played by Jessica Stube, are also featured together, hinting a deadly alliance between form. To help Iron Fist in his fight to protect New York City will be Misty Knight, played by Simone Mizik on Luke Cage fame, who is seen getting ready to fight with the help of Colleen. Misty Knight, following the events of Luke Cage Season 2, can take down bad guys by using her new robotic arm that was gifted to her by Iron Fist. Iron Fist Season 2 is set to premiere on Netflix on September 2nd. The streaming service released the first trailer for the second season during the San Diego Comic-Con, which features Iron Fist taking out a group of enemies. Paramount Network announced Tuesday it has renewed its contemporary western Yellowstone for a 10-episode second season to air in 2019. Film is slated to begin soon on location in Utah and Montana. The cable network said in a news release. Taylor Sheridan has returned as the showrunner and writer. Starring Kevin Costner, Luke Grimes, Kelly Riley, Wes Bentley, Cole Hauser, Kelsey Asbill, Brecken Merrill, Jefferson White, Danny Houston, and Gil Birmingham. The first season is scheduled to wrap on August 22nd. The synopsis reads, Yellowstone chronicles the Dutton family led by John Dutton, who controls the largest contiguous cattle ranch in the United States. Amid shifting alliances, unsolved murders, open wounds, and hard-earned respect, the ranch is in constant conflict with those it borders. Expanding town, an Indian reservation, and America's first national park. Alita, played by Rosa Salazar, searches the truth regarding her creation in the latest trailer for the upcoming sci-fi thriller Alita Battle Angel. The clip released Monday follows cyborg Alita as she's brought back to life by Idol, played by Christoph Waltz, who wishes for his new friend to lead a normal life inside the futuristic Iron City. Alita soon discovers, however, that she possesses incredible fighting abilities when she is confronted by evil forces who wish to capture her. Alita, who also makes a new friend in Hugo, played by Keenan Johnson, continues to dive deeper into her robot origins and start to discover the true potential of her power. Alita Battle Angel is directed by Robert Rodriguez and hails from producer James Cameron, who co-wrote the screenplay with Laeta Ligridis, who is based on the manga series Gun by Yukito Shishiro. The film is set to arrive in theaters December 21st, featuring advanced motion capture techniques to create photoreal characters that brings to the original manga series to life, Entertainment Weekly reports. The synopsis reads, when Alita awakens with no memory of who she is in a future world she does not recognize, she is taken in by Ido, a compassionate doctor who realizes that somewhere in this abandoned cyborg shell is the heart and soul of a young woman with an extraordinary past. As Alita learns to navigate her new life in the treacherous streets of Iron City, Ido tries to shield her from her mysterious history, while her street-smart new friend Hugo often instead to help trigger her memories. But it is only when the deadly and corrupt forces that run the city come after Alita that she discovers a clue to her past. She has unique fighting abilities that those in power will not stop at nothing to control. If she can stay out of their grasp, she could be the key to saving her friends, her family, and the world. Tom Cruise appeared on The Tonight Show Monday and took part in a game of Mad Lib Theater with host Jimmy Fallon. Cruise was on the show to promote his latest film, Mission Impossible Fallout, chose words and phrases such as Pollywog, Little Cookie, and Come Here Darling, among others, to fill out a Mad Libs game that would later be transformed into a scene inspired by the Mission Impossible series. Fallon says to Cruise during their scene as he lay out a mission briefly as a special director, Pollywog, a criminal organization of the world's most amazing sanitation engineers, hacked into the government's Walkman, stealing their top secrets reported on vintage sneakers. Cruise couldn't help keep a straight face during the skit. Mission Impossible Fallout arrives in theaters on July 27th. Former Secretary of State Madeleine Albright, Hillary Clinton, and Colin Powell are slated to guest star in Season 5 premiere of Madam Secretary, CBS announced Tuesday. The real-life officials filmed their scenes for the political drama July 11th. They'll be seen playing themselves in an episode scheduled to air this fall. Clinton tweeted, "It was wonderful to spend some time with the team from Madam Secretary on set in Brooklyn with a few former colleagues. Mark your calendars." Albright said in her own post, "It was great to be back on the set of At Madam Secretary with Attila Leone. It is always nice to consult with my successors. The episode will air on CBS October 7th. The show features Attila Leone as the fictional U.S. Secretary of State Elizabeth McCord. Her co-stars include Tim Daly, Sarah Ramirez, Lachiko Ivanek, Keith Carradine, Sebastian Arcelus, Patina Miller, Jeffrey Adrin, Eric Bergen, Catherine Hazard, Wallace Carey Wood, and Evan Rowe. Laurie McCurry, the show's executive producer, said, "Having three powerhouses of democracy agrees to come on our show is awe-inspiring and humbling, and that we were able to find a time in their busy schedules where they were all available is a miracle. Welcome, Secretary Albright, Secretary Clinton, and General Powell to the Madam Secretary family." Former Dancing with the Stars contestant James Hinchcliffe is engaged. The 31-year-old indie driver announced in an Instagram post Monday that he proposed to girlfriend Becky Dalton. Hinchcliffe shared a photo of himself and Dalton making dismay faces for the camera. Dalton's diamond engagement ring can be seen on her left hand. Hinchcliffe joked in the caption, "Wait, what? I thought they said till death do us part. #Becky gets hitched." Dalton, an actress known for playing Tara Russell on the Hallmark Channel series Good Witch, posted the same picture on her own account. She wrote, "Just got served a life sentence. #Becky gets hitched." E! News says Hinchcliffe and Dalton were high school sweethearts. The couple reconnected in 2016 after Hinchcliffe was involved in a car crash during a race in Indianapolis. Hinchcliffe competed in Dancing with the Stars Season 23. He was paired with professional dancer Sharna Bernis and finished in second place to Olympic gymnast Laurie Hernandez. Former MTV VJ and host of TRL Jesse Camp has been reported missing by his sister Marsha Camp, with the Riverside Police Department in California handling the investigation. Camp was reported as a missing person on Thursday, with family members who routinely kept in contact with the former television star, saying they haven't heard from him in a week. Riverside Police posted on Facebook Monday multiple photos of Camp, 38, during his time on MTV, and a most recent mugshot. Riverside Police also noted that there does not appear to be anything suspicious in relation to Camp's disappearance at this time, outside the fact that he has ceased contact with family and friends. He was last seen in the city of Fontana, California. Camp became famous in 1998 after he won a Wanna Be a VJ contest after being homeless. He went on to host TRL and released an album in 1999 called Jesse and the 8th Street Kids. Celebrity couple Pete Davidson and Ariana Grande are addressing their break from Instagram. The 24-year-old actor and comedian and 25-year-old singer say they plan to take a hiatus from the photo-sharing site due to, quote, negative energy online. Davidson explained his decision in Instagram stories posted Monday after deleting photos of Grande and all of his other posts on Instagram. The star wrote, "No, there's nothing wrong. No, nothing happened. No, there's nothing cryptic about anything. I just don't want to be on Instagram anymore or in any social media platforms." He says, "The internet is an evil place and it doesn't make me feel good. Why should I spend any time on negative energy when my real life is fucking lit? The fact that I even have to say this proves my point. I love you all and I'm sure I'll be back at some point." Grande shared similar sentiments in a tweet to fans Tuesday, saying she will use Snapchat in the interim. The singer wrote, "Yeah, I'll probably going to post on there for a little while and take a breather from Twitter and Instagram for a little bit." She explained, "Just sometimes can't help but bump into some negative shit that really can bum you out, and it's not worth it, honestly. Promise I'd always tell you, I love you, be well and happy." Grande and Davidson confirmed their engagement in June, after a few weeks of dating. Davidson gushed about his fiancée in a since-deleted post on her birthday, June 26. The SNL star wrote, "Happy birthday to the most precious angel on earth. You're my favorite person that ever existed. I love you." Mila Kunis says she's blamed for her horrible split from Macaulay Culkin. The 34-year-old actress said on Monday's episode of the Armchair Expert with Dax Shepard podcast that she ended things poorly with the 37-year-old actor. Kunis told host Dax Shepard, "I had a horrible breakup, horrible breakup. I was in my 20s, and I will be the first to admit, and that's something that took me a long time to come out and be like, yeah, you know what? I accept it, and I own it now." Kunis didn't specify how the split happened, but regret how she ended the relationship. Star recalled, "When I got to be single, I said I just need to figure myself out. I generally needed to know why I did what I did, and regret myself as a human being." Kunis and Culkin split in 2011 after 8 years of dating. Kunis has since married her former That 70 Show's co-star Ashton Kutcher, while Culkin is dating former The Suits Life on Deck star Brenda Song. Culkin said of Song during an episode of the Anna Faris' Unqualified podcast in March, "I'm with a lady right now, and she is so good to me." He added, "She just does nice things, and I feel like at first I didn't know how to be treated well in that kind of way. It was a strange, almost foreign concept, so that kind of thing. I realized it is important to me." Kunis and Kutcher married in July 2015. The couple are parents to 3-year-old daughter Wyatt Isabel and 18-month-old son Dimitri Portwood. British royal Prince Harry and rock superstar Elton John attended the AIDS conference together in Amsterdam. Kensington Palace said Tuesday that the 33-year-old Duke of Sussex and 71-year-old singer and musician helped launch the 2018 International AIDS Conference. John's Elton John AIDS Foundation worked with Johnson & Johnson and several other partners to raise over $1.2 billion in initial planned funding for the coalition, according to a Johnson & Johnson press release. Kensington Palace captioned a photo of Harry and John preparing for #AIDS 2018 plenary session at Elton official, where the Duke and Sir Elton will launch the Men Start Coalition, which will expand the diagnosis and treatment of HIV infections in men with the aim of ultimately ending the AIDS epidemic by 2030. Harry praised John, a longtime family friend, during a speech at the conference. John previously worked with the prince's late mom, Princess Diana, to bring awareness to HIV, AIDS, and AIDS prevention. Harry said According to Entertainment Tonight, I'm honored to be sharing the stage with someone who has always put people at the center of his work, Sir Elton John. He also, the billionaire, he also added, for over a quarter of a century, Elton has worked tirelessly to fund research and services in communities around the world. And today he has come to Amsterdam to announce his latest endeavor, a $1 billion global partnership to break the cycle of male transmission of HIV. Harry lauded the Men's Star Coalition as a energetic and innovative solution to the AIDS epidemic. He said, according to Kensington Palace, new, energetic, and innovative solutions are needed more than ever before. That's exactly what you're about to see from at Elton Official and the Men's Star Coalition partners. Men's Star will provide HIV/AIDS services for men with the goal of increasing earlier uptake of testing, treatment, and achievement of viral suppression. Former Destiny's Child singer Michelle Williams celebrated her 38th birthday Monday. Williams, former Destiny's Child's bandmate Kelly Rowland, and the Destiny's Child official Instagram account were among those to wish the singer a happy birthday online. Rowland posted a cute video on Twitter of herself singing and dancing to Happy Birthday. The 37-year-old was wearing a black trench dress and pillbox hat in the clip. He wrote in the caption, "Happy birthday to my sister at the real Michelle W. Love you, Shell." The Destiny's Child official Instagram account shared a photo of Williams wearing a long white dress in a tropical locale. Fans took to the comments to wish the singer a happy birthday. One person wrote, "She looks beautiful. Her brightness and beauty have no comparison. Happy birthday, beautiful girl." Another wrote, "Happy birthday, Michelle Williams. I love you, and I wish nothing but the best. Hashtag, we love you, Michelle W." Williams confirmed last week that she recently sought help for mental illness. She updated fans in the tweet Friday, saying she desires progress, not perfection. The star wrote, "I feel the love. I just wanted to let you guys know I'm better." Williams, Rowland, and Beyonce released 3 albums together as Destiny's Child. Williams last released her fourth solo album, Journey to Freedom, in September 2014. And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1965, Bob Dylan goes electric at the Newport Folk Festival. Before he took the stage at the 1964 Newport Folk Festival, the annual event that had given him his first real national exposure 1 year earlier, Bob Dylan was introduced by Ronnie Gilbert, a member of the Weavers, and here he is. Take him, you know him, he's yours. In his 2004 memoir, Chronicles Volume 1, Dylan would write about how he, quote, failed to sense the ominous forebodings in the introduction. 1 year later, he would learn just how possessive the Newport audience felt towards him. In the state of 1965, Bob Dylan went electric at the Newport Folk Festival, performing a rock and roll set publicly for the very first time, with the chorus of shouts and boos rained down on him from a dismayed audience. 6 weeks earlier, Bob Dylan had recorded the single that marked his move of acoustic folk into the idiom of electric rock and roll. Like a Rolling Stone had only been released 5 days before his appearance at Newport. However, so most of the audience had no idea what lay in store for them. Neither did festival organizers, who were as surprised to see Dylan's crew setting up heavy sound equipment during sound check as that evening's audience would be to hear what came out of it. With pianist Al Cooper and the Paul Butterfield Blues Band backing him, Dylan took to the stage with his Fender Stratocaster on the evening of July 25th and launched into an electrified version of Maggie's Farm. Almost immediately, the jeering and yelling from the audience grew louder, enough to nearly drown out the sound of Dylan and his band. It has been stated by some who witnessed this historic performance that some of the yelling from the audience that night was about the terrible sound qualities of the performance, over loud in general and mixed so poorly that Dylan's voice was unintelligible. But what prompted the outright booing even over Dylan's next number, now classic Like a Rolling Stone, was a sense of dismay and betrayal on the part of an audience unprepared for the singer's new artistic direction. And what did the man himself think of the unfriendly reception he received from what should have been the friendliest of audiences? Some say he was extremely shaken at the time, but with 4 decades of hindsight, his feelings were clear. Reflecting on Ronnie Gilbert's Take Him, He's Yours comment, Dylan wrote, "What a crazy thing to say. Screw that. As far as I knew, I didn't belong to anybody then or now." Also on this date in 1985, Rock Hudson announces that he has AIDS. Rock Hudson, the quintessential tall, dark, and handsome Hollywood leading man of the 1950s and 60s who made more than 60 films during his career, announced through a press release that he was suffering from AIDS. With that announcement, Hudson became the first major celebrity to go public with such a diagnosis. The first case of AIDS, a condition of the human immune system, was reported in homosexual men in the United States in the early 80s. At the time of Hudson's death, AIDS was not fully understood by the medical community, and the disease was stigmatized by the general public as a condition affecting only gay men, introverts, and people who receive contaminated blood transfusions. Hudson was born Roy Harold Scherer Jr. on November 17, 1925, in Winnetonka, Illinois. He rose to fame in the 50s, starring in such films as Giant in 1956, for which he received an Academy Award nomination, and A Farewell to Arms in 1957. Hudson's good looks and charms were on display in 1959's Pillow Talk and several other romantic comedies he made with Doris Day in the early 1960s. In the 1970s, Hudson co-starred in the popular TV series McMillan and Wife. In the early 1980s, he began experiencing health problems and underwent heart bypass surgery. His final TV role was a recurring part on Dynasty from 1984 to 1985. In July 1985, Hudson was hospitalized while in Paris. Some media reports indicated he was suffering from liver cancer. However, on July 25th, Hudson issued a press release saying that he had AIDS and was in France for treatment. Hudson had a 3-year marriage during the 1950s to a woman who had been his agent's secretary, was believed to be gay, although he never spoke publicly about his sexuality. Hudson died on October 2, 1985 at the age of 59 in Beverly Hills, California. His death was credited with bringing attention to an epidemic that went on to kill millions of men, women, and children of all backgrounds from around the world. Hudson's friend and former Giant co-star Elizabeth Taylor became an AIDS activist and rallied the Hollywood community to raise millions for research. In 1993, Tom Hanks received the Best Actor Oscar for his performance in director Jonathan Demme's Philadelphia, the first major Hollywood movie to focus on AIDS. And as your entertainment report for Wednesday, July 25th, 2018, I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.